This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you're talking about at BYU-Idaho. Today's hosts are me, Celeste Simmons,
Noah Timpson,
Candy Zilala,
and special guest,
Yvonne Saray.
The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. All right. Thanks, everyone, for being on the podcast today. I feel like every semester we do a dating episode. I feel like it's just a classic that we have to throw in every semester. So that's what we're doing today, talking about dating. So I thought we could go around and kind of describe each of our relationship statuses so everyone kind of gets a feel for where we're at. It might make it messy, but I feel like it's necessary so the listeners know where we're coming from. So
True.
Yvonne, do you want to start?
You want the guest to go first?
Yes, of course.
Oh my. I wouldn't even know what you want to call it.
Don't deny him now.
Nah, we're cool.
Like a situationship?
I wouldn't even say that. I would just say we're friends right now. I'm single. I'm
okay.
single. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He's there, but I'm single.
So it's more than a situationship or less?
I would say less. As of right now, I'll say less.
Okay.
Okay.
Candy?
I'm dating someone. Shout out to my man.
Girl.
Candy loves her man, but she's also
does.
so secretive about it. Okay, that sounds really bad.
No,
You're low key.
He's a quiet guy. Harris, if you're listening, he's a very...
Yes.
Just a very quiet, reserved guy. So I'm why should I put all this spotlight on a man who just wants to say 8 words a day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still love you, boo.
Yeah, maybe secretive was a sketchy word. More low key. Yeah. All right, Noah.
Yeah, I'm just single.
Single.
So pretty basic here.
Awesome. We have a good range. I'm engaged actually.
Woohoo.
So
Purr.
yeah.
Do we got
gosh.
a congrats sound effect on the bar?
I don't know.
Clapping?
Maybe I can add one in later if I find it. So yeah, we have a good range of everyone's kind of in different stages of their dating life right now. So do you feel like here at BYU-Idaho there's pressure to be dating all the time or to be in a relationship, or do you feel like that's just a stereotype?
I feel not pressure for me, but what I've seen for sure. I know this one girl, I'm not even gonna say her name, but there's one girl, right? Nah. This one girl, right? Her mom used to call her, and this was my first semester. So I'm fresh here. And she's my roommate, and her mom is calling her. It's oh, have you found anybody? You need to be married and all this stuff. And I'm what? We just touched down. We're 18, married already. And she felt so much pressure. She hadn't dated this terrible guy, and she, he
you know how that one is.
What? He was just down bad. So.
Dang. Yeah, I feel like I never felt too much pressure either because my parents are the same way. They've never been you need to get married. They're just do your thing. You're in college.
Yeah.
Go to college. If you find someone, that's cool. But yeah, I feel like it is definitely a family thing. I've seen that a lot.
I agree.
People's family have certain traditions or their parents got married really young, so they feel they need to get married really young. My parents got married older, so I never felt pressure for that. I don't know if that was the same way for you guys. If you felt any pressure from people around you.
I feel I was never able to feel pressure. I have African parents, so breathing next to a man, no. Even doing a boyfriend reveal at my big age of 21, they were still wait, what? What does this mean? What do you mean? You're a little girl. So I've never, my mind has always thought people don't worry about this stuff until 30. So I was surprised when people are oh no, I need a husband. I'm baby, how old are you? I'm 19. And I was just okay.
Yeah. Noah, is it different from a male perspective? Do you feel the pressure to always be asking girls on dates? Because I feel for the girls, it's oh, you have to find someone to ask you on a date. I mean, we totally could ask someone on a date. But you know what I mean? Typically it is the guy who pursues the girl.
Yeah, so I definitely think there is more pressure for the guys. I think even just in church, it always kind of relates back to dating and why we're still in the ward, why we're still in the singles ward. So I definitely think that there's a lot more pressure, but I think that nowadays I feel guys are kind of like, if it happens, it happens. So I don't know that pressure is getting through as much as how it used to be, but for sure there's a lot of pressure, and wards are like, oh, you should be asking the sisters out on dates, or you should go with your FHE sisters to go do this. It's always like it has to be with somebody else, or it's like not good enough. It can't just be like, if you're going to hang out with your guy friends, like, oh, he's one of those guys. He just hangs out with the boys, instead of, oh, he is like consistently asking girls out on dates. But then if you swing to the other side, it's like, oh, that's all he does is just ask girls out on dates. So it's like sometimes you feel like you can't win.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Has anyone ever actually dated an FHE person, like brother or sister? Because I always hear of people being like, oh, like we met through FHE. I've never once been interested in an FHE brother.
Either.
I don't know where they're finding these people.
Like, I don't know. I feel like because honestly, like, I blame the ward for making it just weird in the first place. Like, I'm the FHE mom. Why would I want to date the brother? Like, like in my mind, it just feels so like no.
All right. Let's talk about dating apps. Have you guys been on dating apps throughout college at all?
No.
Like Mutual or
No,
never.
Mm-mm.
I just I consume too much true crime. I just don't trust those things. I feel like I can never really know a person unless like I've seen you places, like I've seen you out in the world. Because I feel like over an app, like sure we'll meet up, but like, you know what I mean? Like I still don't really know you. Yeah. I mean, some people have gotten married and like it worked out, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, I had it when I came back from my mission. It was like COVID, and so I didn't have in-person classes, and like I wasn't even making like many friends. So like, I'll like download Mutual and see how it goes. And it was like kind of fun. I went on like 1 or 2 dates. But then I deleted it because I felt bad because I literally just started swiping through and it was all based off looks.
Yeah.
And I started to feel really bad. I was like, maybe he's really nice and cool, but he doesn't look good in this picture. So I'm not swiping up on him.
Actually, no. That's why I don't like dating apps. Like, because I'm from Maryland, right? So on the East Coast, there used to be this thing where guys will put like their 10 best followers looking person, right? And I just thought it was so weird because like, it's weird because why would you go like look through your followers and pick the 10 best? Like you're mad rude.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
Like that's
and then
weird.
you have like 10K followers.
Like what? That's so weird. So I just feel like looking through, like, you know what I mean? Because I'm already a picky person. So if I see your picture looking bad and you're like a great person, I'm like, oh
yeah,
no,
like, for real.
I just started to feel bad.
Why you wearing black Air Force?
Like what? Actually, I will swipe if I see that.
Like next.
No, actually, that's the turn. I will actually swipe you so quick, like under 0. something seconds. Like
me too.
No,
take those shoes off, boy.
What about you, Noah? Have you been on dating apps at all?
Yeah, I definitely have used dating apps over the years. I would agree. It's just like there's definitely pros and cons. I feel like you can meet a fair amount of people, but it's one of those things where I think anything that's done fast just never ends well. So if you like, because I feel like that's the vibes with dating apps. It's like, oh, we met and oh, we're going on dates and oh, now what are we and it all happened in like a 3-week process,
Yeah.
So I think it kind of like fast food, like it might be like fun at first, but then you get obese, it just it I don't think it's great for our culture in general. I think it definitely contributes to just the idea or the whole hookup culture that we have. Like, I think it's a problem.
Wait, on those dating apps, do they have like, because I've never been on them, do they say like what they like and stuff? Like,
they write your own bio. So like you sit there like, I like fishing. I like stargazing. I don't know.
Wait, so when you met with somebody, were they like weird? Like, have you ever met somebody that says this stuff on their bio and then like meet up and they were like nothing like that?
Well,
you can drop names.
Story
I think dating apps are just like it's really just kind of like gambling in a sense. Like that's how I kind of look at it. Like you're just swiping and like you said, you're swiping on looks. And so, I mean, we all know that everything that glitters isn't gold,
Yeah.
So I feel like it always takes a while to really understand somebody's true personality. Cause like you go on the first few dates, like everybody's going to seem fairly normal. But I think after that, you start to really see who they are because like Candy said, you don't know them, so you're just going off of what they put on their bio and your perception of who they are.
Yeah.
But I think like the biggest thing that usually is always a difference is like they choose their 10 best photos and you get there and they don't look, it was like from 3 years ago. And so you're like,
2017 photo.
Yeah.
I would start physically fighting. I don't know.
That's
like sometimes you show up and you're like, should I still be here? Or like, I guess I'll just ride this one out. I got to see it through.
No.
yeah.
I will say though, I feel like dating apps have made people delusional. And because I feel like people now think that they have gazillion, billion, trillion options when in reality they don't. So like they could go on a date that honestly went well, normal, but I don't know, maybe the girl smacks a little when she like choose her food and he's like, I'm gonna go back on the app and find someone who doesn't smack their food. And then you're just stuck in a cycle for years, like always on these apps, no progress, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's like pros and cons because I know couples who have met on dating apps and they're like perfect for each other.
Oh,
you know,
happy for them.
yeah.
So it's like it works, but it doesn't always work. And for me, it was also like I didn't want to say that I met my husband on Mutual. Like I wanted a cuter story. So I was like, I'm just gonna avoid it so I don't have that story. But it also is okay when people do have that story. Like so many people do. So it's hard.
Just preference.
You have to be careful. Be careful on dating apps.
For sure.
And have good standards. That's another thing we can talk about is dating standards. What are some of the things that you guys are like yes and no when it comes to dating someone?
That's I have a whole list.
Yeah, no, I'll be here all night.
Like the top 5.
Top 5? I think number 1 is respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't respect me, then what are we doing here?
Exactly. Copy paste.
Like, let me think. Number 2, like, 5? Number 2, I'm gonna say open-minded, because I'm a person that likes to like do everything. I like to try everything. I like to do unexpected. So you got to be open-minded. I like that. Good hygiene. You know,
I was waiting for that one. I was like,
yeah. Good hygiene. Yeah, that's my bad. Hygiene.
I was like number 4 on her list.
Yeah.
She said it's last but not least. Good hygiene.
It wasn't on my mind. Relax.
I'm trying to think of what else.
Liars. Like, he should not be a liar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
To all the liars who are listening, like, why y'all lying? Hold on.
No, you know what? I'm going to stand up for my liars because I sometimes...
Here's the thing, though. I don't know. I feel like at this big age, I won't lie because who's going to check me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do to me? Like, you can't... You're not my mom. You're not my dad. Like... You're not law enforcement, so why are you lying? And they lie about the stupidest things, bro. Like, oh, where are you right now? I'm at the grocery store with my cousin. You are not at the grocery store. Why are you lying? What, like, you know what I don't know. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest because people be lying for no reason.
No, facts. If it's like small things like that, then like it's like, why lie?
Exactly. Like you need help at that point. Like
that's
you
different.
need to go to lying rehab.
You're different.
Liars. Like people lie so much.
My big thing, and I think everyone can agree with this, is some people have flirty personalities, and that's okay when you're single. But once you start, going in on one person, no. Like that side of your personality is over.
Yeah.
Friendly, yeah, it's good to be friendly. It's good to have friends, boys and girls. Like, I'm never like, you can't have any girlfriends, like whatever.
that's weird.
But you can't be talking to the girls like you're trying to pursue them.
Yeah. Don't give them like false hope.
Don't give them false hope because you have a girlfriend.
Exactly.
So that's one thing that I'm like, no. Like, you might have like had a flirty personality in the past, but once you're in the relationship,
get it together.
Yeah, shut it down.
I don't know. This one might sound superficial, but don't shoot me, y'all. I always look at dollar signs. Because I feel like I want someone who can really hold the fort. Like, I'm trying to be, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be comfortable. So I really judge men by their majors. Like, no shade to any of those majors. Like, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I need you to be in like the big 4: medical, engineering, lawyer,
computer science.
Yeah, like those like if a man tells me a major that doesn't make sense, or he hits me with the I didn't go to college, just go to bed. Don't even call this number again. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to like have someone that's driven and motivated, doing something they love. Like that's important. But I'm the same way. Like if you don't have a plan, then
that's
where's this going?
Yeah, especially at your age.
Yeah.
You have a plan.
Like, you 24. Right. What do you mean you going with the flow?
Like that's not crazy.
Better flow your way to buy a planner. Like, don't.
That's true. But isn't it different for guys? Like you know how we be like, we want a guy with a nice job and but do you guys really look at that, or you be like, it's whatever?
I definitely think most guys are. That's especially. I'll like take a step back. Like, I mean, within the church, how we were raised, right, was that you're supposed to be the provider, the presider, protector, right? The 3 Ps. And so I feel like that there's definitely still that mentality where I hear like guys of all ages just being like, no, my life goal is to provide for my wife, my family, my kids.
Period.
So they all have that. I would say like most men, or at least within the church, they have that desire to want to provide and do that. I think that nowadays, where there are so many different career fields, so many different things, I think for a lot of people, they go, oh wait, I don't only have to be this. Kind of causes this paralysis by analysis where they're just not sure what they want to do. Like, you got your summer sales bros, you got the guys who just want to go out and do sales, you've got guys who are, like you said, medical, or whether it's something with education. But I think that nowadays there's definitely more of there's so many different paths to get you to the right option that I feel like, kind of like what Candy said with dating, is I think people think they have so many options to where they can't do anything. And I think if more men just did what they were good at, you'd have a lot less people just, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, they don't move forward just because they don't know. Because there are so many things you can do, especially in an age where technology is just taking over so many things. But I think that, like, if I had any advice, it would just be like, choose something and just stick with it and get through it. Like, that's my regret in some ways, is just I didn't know what I wanted to do for so long that I just kept like, I don't know. But it's like, it doesn't matter. Just do something and go be the best at it.
Yeah.
You're gonna make money. So I think you said, like, if somebody's driven and they love what they do, that's gonna outlast somebody who's just doing something for a paycheck or just doing something to look good. But of course, you can't go wrong with a doctor or lawyer or anything like that. you might not see them, but hey, the money will be coming in. So
I'll see him on FaceTime.
Yeah, I really like what you said, Noah. Because like you said, you don't have to be this one certain thing and make all this money. Like, it's not about the money, right? Like, we marry because we love them and like we trust them, want to have a family with them. But it's important that, to me, it's like you both have plans. And especially in this day and age, like, you probably both have to be working unless one of you has like a crazy good job. Yeah. So as long as you're both like motivated and determined to make it work together, that's really big.
Yeah.
What other things are important to you guys when you're dating someone?
Now everyone gonna think I'm a gold digger. The only point I brought up was all the time.
No.
It's important.
It is important. But dang,
I feel like
Go ahead.
I would just say this generic but great personality. And why I say great is because there's a lot of people with not so great personalities, and I think men and women alike, right? Like, I think that more of us need to do introspection and figure out who we really are, because I feel like that's the thing that I keep reminding myself. Like, I got out of a relationship at the first week of the semester, actually, and when I got out of it, I just realized that there's so much self-work that I still have to do, even at my ripe age of 29. I'm on the older scale of people here, so I understand what it's like to be older and still not feel like you have it together. But I think that when you start doing more introspection and figuring out like the pieces of your puzzle that are still not right, or the things that you still want to work on, things you're still looking at, that you can actually like work on yourself. Because I think that kind of like, I think all of us probably saw the Barbie movie. That was one thing that like kind of hit me, was like, Ken was nothing without Barbie. And I just hate that idea that we are judged based off of like what we have, like whether that's a relationship, like, ooh, she makes me look good, so that's why I'm with her, or he makes me look this way or feel that way. Like, it's all based on all these perceptions that may or may not be true. But I think that if somebody has like a really good personality, they build up others. Like, one thing that I will not tolerate in any relationship is disrespect on other people. Like, if somebody, like, I get gossip, we all love some tea, right? Like, we do. But there's a way to do it without like there's a way to do it without like totally just like thrashing someone's character, because I think it says a lot about you how you talk about others when they're not around.
Yeah.
So I do think that for me is just a standard, because I know if my person talks great about others and builds others up, then that's going to come back to me. And if it's not that, it's also going to come back to me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, now I'm going to touch some people. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just like, I feel like people just need to really look out for red flags. I don't like an aggressive person. Like, if you're with somebody and he start throwing things around when y'all argue, start calling you names, raising his voice, I need you to pack your bags and go. Like, I don't know, because I feel like even if he's not directly touching you in that moment, not every day is Thursday. One day he'll wake up and, I don't know, toss a carrot across the room and it's going to get you in the eye. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, for me, I don't like an aggressive person. Like, why are you so upset? I don't know. Go to anger management. Do something.
Yeah, one thing I've realized throughout dating and now like being engaged, like I found the person that I'm going to be with forever, is that throughout these years of like dating different people, it always comes back to my dad. Like my dad has been a constant in my life. Like he's a really good person, and there's things that he has that people in past relationships didn't have, and I was able to like see that difference and be like, no, like I want someone like my dad that has this and this. And so yeah, for me that's been like a standard, is like using my like the male figures in my life.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think I do that too subconsciously, because I'm obsessed with my dad, not in a weird way before anyone quotes me funny, but like I just think my dad is just like the man. So whenever I judge a man, I think that's probably why I also said dollar signs, because I feel like my dad is just someone who just is so put together, is so serious. So whenever I look at a man, like I need you to be as serious as my dad. If you're not, go home. Like just don't come back here.
I would say mine's is like my guy friends and my cousins, because like they really show me, like my cousin, if I need anything, drop dead, he's there. He's somebody I can call. He's going to give me advice. He's going to tell me what to do. He's going to be like, all right, this is what you need to do. Just calm down. And my cousin's my go-to. He's kind of like my dad for real. Like he would tell me, oh, calm down. Oh, if he doesn't do this, girl, you got to go. Like run. He's like somebody I go to. I say my cousin and my older guy friends. They always, even like, my guy friends, they give me flowers. They be like, oh, you're just a good friend. Like, I want to do it. So I just look up to them.
Setting the bar.
Yeah, they do.
So what are some good things to look for in a first impression when you're just like meeting someone randomly for the first time, even if it's like a short interaction? What do you think are important things to notice?
I wouldn't really say I have a list, but honestly, for me, it's going to sound so weird, I just go off of the vibe and what my intuition feels. You know what I mean? Like, if I meet someone for the first time and they're giving me good energy, they're nice, they're friendly, you know what I mean? Like, we're clicking. Yeah. I'm like, okay. But then there's, like, some people you meet where they're very just, like, weird and standoff. Like, for me, I think I would just say, be yourself and just let nature run its course. Because for me, I just judge people mostly based off of what comes out of their mouth. Like, if you're saying something that just doesn't make a lot of sense, you'll just never hear from me. Never hear from me again.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's just how well do they listen? What, like, because I think guys and women, just the people that have like taken the time to just like, you get to know them, like, oh, tell me what you do, or tell me like what you're passionate about, or like, tell me about your family. Like, people who actually are like there, like they're not in a rush. They're just there to, get to know you or whatever. I think you can tell the difference between that and somebody who's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Okay, see ya, So I think there's just whether or not somebody has any level of a real investment in trying to like get to know you as a person.
For me, I'm already a shy person. I am a shy person, right? Like when I first met Candy, it was in a group setting. So like I was already kind of comfortable with like my friends being there. But I think whenever it's like me and Candy, I be trying to like push myself. Like not right now because we're pretty close right now. But I think when we first met, I'm like, oh, I gotta say something because I'm getting quiet. Because I'm really the type of person just stand there and just be like,
no, that'd be me too.
And just go like, I swear I'll just do that. Because I don't know why I just get I just get scared in a way. So I just be quiet and just stand there. But when I'm comfortable, I'm like, friend. And I'm just yelling and all that stuff. So like, I'm pretty shy.
A big part of dating is rejection and facing rejection, being broken up with, being told that, they don't like you, whatever that is. How have you guys been able to deal with rejection gracefully and like with confidence? Because that can be super hard.
I believe God doesn't give you a trial He knows you can't overcome.
Right.
Girl, hold on. Walk with me.
Good. Yes.
And I feel like that's probably why He hasn't put me in like that deep of a position, because I don't know, like, because when we're talking about rejection, right? Aren't we just talking about like, you're trying to, he with someone and they just not he back?
Yeah.
Because that's never happened to me. Because I'm not gonna he with someone. Like, I will not start he unless you show me that you're trying to he. That's when I'll he back, because I cannot stand rejection. I will be in that trash can just wondering like, why? But breakup wise, just cry it out, man.
No, honestly, I've never dated anybody like actually be like, can you be my girlfriend? Nobody's ever asked me that, and it's never. Well, I feel like it's because of me. I don't let it get. No, honestly, I feel like it's because of me. I never let it get to that point, because I tell you dead right there, like, hey, like, you're not giving me the vibes of boyfriend material. So if you ever wanted to ask me out, don't do it, because I'm gonna tell you no. I actually have said that like many times.
Shut it down.
Yeah, I don't want it to ever get to that point where I give you, you know what I mean, hurt your feelings. So I'll just tell you right now, like, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So don't ask me that. But rejection, I don't know. I feel like, and this is real, right? I feel like every time I got rejected or a guy rejected me, I feel like months go by and they end up liking me. And then when they come back, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I feel like that's what always happened. Every time I got rejected, I feel as though because they didn't really know me as well or whatever. So when they got to know me, and they wanted me now, it's just, it's not the same. But like it didn't really, for me, it doesn't really hurt, because I think of it, I mean, we were never together. So it's just like, whatever. I guess you said no. Okay, boo-hoo, like whatever.
See, and I think that's why some men struggle a little bit, right? Because it's like, we all have this, nobody wants to be rejected. Like, and that's what I was hearing, like, just that, like, we almost reject ourselves so that others can't reject us. It's like taking away the pain before it could even happen,
Exactly.
Like, it's like the guy won't ask her out because he's like, if I ask her out, she says no, I'm clowned in front of my friends. Like, they're gonna know that she said no, and what if my friend asks her out, she says yes,
Yeah.
So not that really you're dating that close in a dating like friend pool or anything like that, but I just feel like that we all have our ways of like dealing with rejection. I think that there's like this element of control that we all want to have, and like I said, it's hard to give that up. And I think that for me, just realizing that there's very little things that you can control in dating, so the things that you can control are really important. Just like taking care of yourself and trying to make sure your own emotional wellness is good based on the things you're doing. Because like, it sucks, like, unexpectedly, if somebody's like, I don't love you anymore, or I don't like you, or this isn't gonna work, like, there's no way around, there's no way to, like, other than just dealing with it. Like, you can avoid it, but it's just not there, or it is there, on the either side. It's like, if the love is there, great. If it's not, great, because now like, you can move on. But I think like, kind of how we were talking about a little bit earlier, like, because we have so much of a hookup culture, it feels like if somebody tells you no, it's like, oh man, it's maybe we're so desensitized to it now, to where it's just like, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. But like, in reality, it should hurt, because if you really truly love somebody, or you like somebody, or you enjoy spending time with them, and they tell you, I don't want to spend time with you anymore. Like,
easy now.
This has been fun, but I think I'd rather do something else. Like, you should understand that that's what he's communicating to you. Like, he doesn't have time. If he doesn't have time, it's not that he doesn't have time. I know guys out there, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., they don't have time for you.
Yeah, he's not making time for you.
No, actually, no. Where my friends sometimes be in the Lulu state, right? And it actually pisses me off, because, like, if he wanted to, he will. I feel like and even guys know that, like, if they really wanted to, he will. A girl will, you know what I mean? She will. But if a guy wanted to, and he will. Like, I feel like my friend, come on, like, you can get so much better, and like, that he can do like the stuff you're asking for. Oh man.
Me and my other friend, girl, I know you listening. Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. He does not want you. Thank you.
No, but you know what it is? I feel like what you're saying is different. Like, if we're hanging out and you like reject me, that's different. Like, I feel like that right there hits a different part of my heart. Like, I thought we were doing so good.
Yeah.
See, but I'm the type of person, if I already like you and I'm in it, you're not getting rid of me. I'm already that type of person. Like, you're not getting rid of me. And I can see you talking to somebody else, but I'm still right there. Like, hey, boo. Yep. I really am that type of person.
What time you coming home?
Like, what? I really am that type of person. If I already like you and I'm in it, I'm not going anywhere. But once I say I'm done, I'm done. I'm actually done. When I say I'm actually done, I'm not even blinking twice.
Yeah.
But if I really like you, no, I'm staying.
See, that's the thing
Ride
for
or
me.
die.
I think I really like people so so easily, and that's why I can never bring myself to put myself in a situation where I could be rejected, because I'm like, I could see like the first time I saw my boyfriend, I was already invested. He hadn't even opened his mouth yet. And I was like, I love this man. Like,
For real.
Like, he was just walking up some stairs and I was like, I love this man. So like, because that's already in my mind, like, if I were to have maybe like pursued him and been like, oh, I don't like you, I would have just fallen down the stairs. Cause like in my head, like
No, I read this thing one time where it was like girls get so down when they get rejected, and sometimes the guy doesn't understand why, because they're like, okay, it wasn't that deep, we just like hung out a few times, like I don't understand why you're so hurt. But the girls always think about the future. Like when you're dating someone, you think, oh, like maybe if we're still dating around Christmas, like you can come to Christmas with my family, or for my birthday we can do this. Like girls think so far ahead into the future when guys are more just like in the moment.
Yeah.
So they're like, whoa, why are you so hurt? Like not much has happened. But in the girl's mind, it's like, no, they broke up and she lost the rest of the whole year of her life.
No,
like
actually,
literally.
No, that
So
actually
it
makes
hurts.
sense.
Yeah.
Like, what? Now, the guy that I was like, we're right? So, no, actually, because I was already thinking, okay, so my birthday's coming up is in December, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, we're about to do this, right? And then, like, guess what? We're not even talking anymore. So,
What did he say?
like, we're nothing. So now I'm like, dang, I gotta think of this whole other thing. And,
gotta make backup plans. I got you, girl.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, another thing, and then we'll move on from the rejection thing and get to the other topics. But okay, how do I say this? If you get rejected, that hurts and that sucks and it can be embarrassing, but you'll be okay, you know, you'll move on, whatever. But if someone rejects you, respect that they rejected you.
True.
There are so many people that I know, and someone will reject them and they'll be like, oh, so like she said this, so do you think like in 2 weeks I should text her? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, it's over. Like if she doesn't, Candy and Yvonne are like nodding.
No, because we know
someone
somebody just
like that.
Like what you're saying is actually crazy. Like
you need to respect it. Like she said no.
We call
Find
that,
another
We call
person.
that harassment.
Respect what
person
they
wouldn't
said.
let it go.
He would not. No, big retweet for Celeste.
Like what?
No, seriously, just drop it. You'll be fine. You'll
Yeah,
find someone that likes
actually,
you, and it'll be way
exactly.
better. Like,
Especially if you're not a creep to the people who told you no.
yeah,
I'm about to
yes,
send the link
don't
to
be
this podcast
creepy.
to everybody.
When do you feel like is a good time to have like the DTR determine the relationship?
At least a month. I don't care what anyone says. Y'all getting booed up in 2 weeks. You don't know that man. You do not know that woman. Leave them alone for a minute. Because I feel like a month is like a solid time that you've got to hang out with. Like even if you need to take 2 months, even better. Like
Girl,
I
I'll
just
say
feel
longer
like
than that.
it depends. That's what I'm saying. I feel like with dating, everybody has different goals. You know what I mean? Like I have friends, like one of my friends, he's like my brother basically, but he's like early 30s. So he's dating to marry. Like he's more like on a time, you know what I mean? So he doesn't have the type of time that I have as a 22-year-old girl to just like, let's drag this out for the next, you know what I mean? So I feel like just know what your goals are in mind and also try to date people who have that same mindset. Because I see like marriage-ready people sometimes be trying to pursue chill people. And it's like this person's not thinking about getting married for like at least the next 4 years. Yeah. And you want to get married next weekend. So like obviously like it's not gonna work. But I would say a general, I think for like 30 days that's a pretty good amount of time.
I'm already slow. I like to take stuff slow. Because I be already cautious. I'm scared. So I just take stuff really slow.
See, I don't know. For me, I like to feel like it's never that serious. Like, if I like you, you like me. Why are we still looking at each other and it's been 60 days? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if both people are really down for each other like that, just get together. Not in 2 weeks, but a bit longer. Like, just get together. Like, I don't see the point in dragging it out, for me at least. But
Yeah, I feel like it's so dependent on the people and the relationship. But I'd say a month is at least a month.
Yeah, at least a month is good.
That's pretty chill.
Yeah. And also dating someone that like has the same goals as you, like Candy was saying, you know, some people are ready to get married and then dating people that are like 18 years old and just want to have fun. So yeah, date people that are on the same path as you. Yeah. Will make it so much easier.
That's why I tell people, just be open. Because people are like, oh, well, like, I don't want to talk about marriage on the first date. It'll scare him away. Well, baby, if you're looking for a husband, put that on the table. Like, you know, like, I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm looking for marriage. And you will find the man who's also looking for marriage. I don't know. Because I feel like when people hide their intentions, that's where you reach a weird stage where, like, you think, like, oh, we should be engaged by now. And this man is just... He thinking about who knows what, like he's not even on the same wavelength as you, and then everybody starts fighting. But
how do you like initiate that conversation? What are some good tips? Maybe someone's listening to this episode and they're like, I want to determine the relationship. I don't know where to start. How do you start that conversation?
To start it?
I think the reality is with hard conversations, there's never really a quote-unquote good way or easy way to whatever. I think it's more a mentality. Like, you just have to wake up and be like, you know what? Today is the day that I'm going to ask Josh, like, you know, where he sees this going.
Josh?
And I don't know. It's just the first thing that comes to mind.
Who's Josh?
I don't know any Joshes. Actually, I do. He's my FHE brother. Hey, Josh, if you're listening. But, yeah, like, I feel like there's genuinely no easy way. The same with breaking up with someone. Like, there's no easy way to do it. You just have to do it. And I feel like if you value your time, you will just eventually have that conversation. And I feel like however the conversation goes or ends will tell you everything you need to know about the person. If you go ask a man, what are we? Girl, go. Because y'all will never be anything. So I would say just do it. Just hope for the best.
For me, I'm a jokey person. So I'm going to just be jokey and be like, so like, what are you doing with me? Like, stop playing with me. Like, I would literally just try to make a joke in it and laugh. That's just my type of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Then he gonna hit you with the, nah, girl, you stop playing.
Nah, don't do that. Because if you do that, I'm going to leave. Like, what? Because then I'm going to be like, okay, serious now. Like, answer the question. No. Like, I'm going to be like that. Okay. But I would first address it in a jokey way. But that's just for me.
Right.
Because I like to make jokes. Like, I would just be unserious then be like, okay, yeah, I'm serious now. Answer it.
Yeah.
Like that.
I'm trying to think now, like, how I determined it with my fiance. Because I feel like it was messy. Like, there were so many different conversations. And then one day it was just like, okay, are you my girlfriend or not? And then I had to like make the decision. I was like, wait, I don't know.
Let's let her cry. Hold
on. But I feel like the first time we talked about it, it was very open and honest. And like he was already someone that I trusted. So I was just straight up like, are we hanging out as friends? Or is there something more like underlying feelings here? And just, I think being open and honest and confident. And also knowing, I think establishing you know, what you want to say before you say it. So you're not just like rambling and like your feelings kind of take over. Like having something set could help.
Yeah.
As well. You just be open and honest with your feelings because your feelings are valid. And if you guys are hanging out, it's normal that you would want to have this conversation. So don't feel like you're crazy for wanting to have it. And see where it goes. And hopefully it works out.
Yep.
All right, the last thing, and then we have to wrap it up. But what are some tips on maintaining a healthy and thriving relationship? What are things that you've seen in your own relationships or relationships from, you know, good examples in your life that help it be a good relationship?
I feel like for everyone, communication. Like, if you don't have that, do you really have anything? Like, that's weird. If you don't have communication, then you don't really have anything. I feel like that's what's good on, like, on relationships, communication. Like, we could talk about what's the problem. Let's just talk about it. All right, I understand your view. You understand mine. All right, you want to take your little 5-minute break or whatever. Go ahead, cool off. But I feel like communication.
Yeah, I think communication and just like making sure that you make time to like have fun together.
Yeah.
Whether like you officially call it a date, like, oh, let's go on a date tonight, or you just like make a day trip or whatever. Like everyone's busy, but making time for relationships is what is helping me right now. Cause like we're both super busy, but like making that time, like, no, like at 8:00 tonight, like we're doing this. And then you're able to just like let go of everything else, like focus on the relationship, I think is really important.
Yeah, get out the house. Get off the couch. Like Netflix and chill is like so 2017.
Yeah,
you know?
go do stuff.
You know, like go, like you said, you just gotta get out. Like I feel like too, like at least for me, I want somebody that I can go out and do like physical activities, like outdoors. Like let's go on a hike. Let's go. It doesn't have to be the longest hike, but just go on a walk or go bike riding or something. Because I feel like long term, like you want to do things that are good for your health together. And so I feel like if you can just go on a walk, like you have a routine. Like I'm a creature of habit. So like, hey, if it's Sunday walks, let's go on a walk at Porter Park or something. Like we do it every week. I feel like that routine of things can really put you in like a good rhythm.
Yeah, I think making goals together and like accomplishing those goals and like working towards them together is really helpful.
For me, just honesty. I'm tired of these lies, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like because if there's no honesty in the relationship, what's the point? Like, I feel like once you have to start sneaking around, doing this, just exit the whole relationship. Because I feel like when there's honesty, it helps with, like, I feel like when you're honest, you avoid all these other problems that come to be about from when you're dishonest. So be honest. If you want to lie, stay single. But yeah.
Thanks everyone for coming on today, and I hope that the listeners got some good advice for their dating life. You've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were me, Celeste Simmons,
Noah Timpson,
Candy Zilale,
and special guest,
Yvonne Teray.
The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the host. This episode was edited by me, Celeste Simmons. Producers were the hosts with supervision by Brandon Isle. Our theme music is Finding Happiness by DJ Quads and The Perpetual Ticking of Time by Artificial Music. To listen to more episodes of The Spot, like and follow us on social media or visit our website, byui.edu/radio, and click podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to the BYU-Idaho Radio podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get your podcasts. And also leave a review of the show and leave a comment on what we should talk about next.